Hi, my name is Fred Deel. I'm currently running for the state representative position in 87th District. As the state representative, your responsibilities are going to be manyfold. How I see it, probably your number one responsibility would be an advocate for our region, whether it be meeting with constituents and talking about their needs and concerns, and representing them in the state legislature, making decisions and laws that's going to affect their lives every day. My very first job was, other than on a family farm, putting up hay in the summers and taking care of animals and livestock, my real first job, where I was hired by a group. I was a lifeguard at Canter's Cave 4-H camp. There's so many people in your lives that had a tremendous impact on me, and first of all, my parents, who were a tremendous impact on me, and as they are, it should be on everybody, but were great role models and people that I look up to, and I miss so much having lost both of them. But as I look at the people outside of my family, and of course I can't leave out my wife and my children because they're tremendous impacts on me. But outside my family, there's three people in my life who I've talked about at different times how they impacted my life. One was a fourth grade teacher, an elderly lady who was close to retirement, named Florence Brookman. And up until that time, I was like any other student in school, just kind of going through the motions and, just having a good time. But she, by showing me attention and giving me some, extra incentive to do some things, she really instilled in me the desire to really go on to school. And from that day on, there was no question I was going on to college, and I was going to, of course, my career choices changed from time to time, but it ranged from an archaeologist to atomic scientist. But I think she really instilled that in me. But then later in life, there was two other individuals who really had a tremendous impact on me, and one was the county extension agent in Gallia County, Bud Carter. And I worked with Bud, as an older 4-H member and all, and then as I entered my career as an extension agent, I worked with him. And he taught me something about working with young people, and that is, good kids sometimes make mistakes, but they're still good kids. And I always kept that in mind about dealing with all types of people, because I really think that's an important thing to remember about all of us. Sometimes we all make make decisions or do things that we regret later, but that doesn't make us bad people. And I've always remembered that in working with young people, especially. And then the third person that I've referred to a lot of times was my coach, the junior varsity basketball coach that I had when I was at University at Rio Grande College at that time, Bob Lee. Bob taught me that the importance of giving 110% in anything I did, and that if you may lack the skills, you may lack the talent to really be a star, but if you give 110%, you can generally achieve so many things that you would never dream possible. So those are in real life. And then in the other person that in my political career that I admire greatly and has had a tremendous impact on my life, and that was President Franklin Roosevelt, because the things that he did for our country in such great time of great need, I think are some things that we all need to think back to, and how we address the needs of the poor and those people who are in greatest need. We address those issues, and to me, those were some of the things that we need to be very, very much concerned about. I think the opportunities are that we can have an impact on our future in that position. I think that we could address the needs of our area, but we can also be futuristic in our thinking and trying to look down the road, not 1 year or 2 years, but 5 or 10 years down the road, and try to enact programs and policies that's going to have a positive effect on our region, not only today, but also for our future generations. There's no question that currently the economy and the lack of good paying jobs is the biggest challenge for our region. And I think those issues need to be addressed, and they need to be addressed in a variety of ways. But I really think job development and economic development goes hand in hand with, making sure you have a first-class educational system, one that's meeting the needs of our youth, but also one that's meeting the needs of adults who are trying to find retraining and trying to prepare for another career. I'm really a pretty shy person, and a lot of people think that I'm outgoing and that, but in real life I'm a pretty shy and private person, but I really have to work to overcome that especially when you're out campaigning, when you're out shake hands and meet people. You have to really work to overcome that. Really, I was fortunate enough. I went to a great high school. It was a small school. We had a graduating class of 60 people, and I really don't think we had a lot of cliques. I really don't. I was fortunate enough. I played sports. I was not a great student. I go back and look at my report card now. They weren't great grades. They were better than. They were not as good as I remember them being, I guess I should say. But but we were, I think we all there was a togetherness of our whole class that really made us a real one group. So there really wasn't cliques that we had at that that I'd like to think of now. We were pretty much one. Well, that's a tough one because as you think about there's so many things that, first of all, I'm very much satisfied with the life I've lived and the things that I've done that I probably wouldn't want to trade. But if I really had to, look at one, I think one of the persons I really enjoy and watching is our comedians, because they liven up our lives and give us a lot of things to laugh about. And some of those people those comedians I've really enjoyed over the years was Chevy Chase and Jay Leno and Johnny Carson. Those are three that you could always count on to make you laugh and feel good about things. Oh, it kind of varies from month to month. I'll go through spells, but probably Frosted Mini Wheats is probably what I kind of go back to more often than anything. Like I say, I've been an extension agent for, I had one career as an extension agent, and then I've been in politics since then, or in public service with the governor's office of Appalachia. I think it would be one of, and I know this kind of sounds, just kind of, you're just making a statement because you're in an office, but if I could be in a position of just helping people in need, and I don't know exactly what type of role that would be, but I see so many people out there, and I really admire these people who just dedicate their whole life to just helping people, whether it be establishing food banks or Meals on Wheels or these type of things, just helping people in need. I really admire those people because I think they are doing so many great things for so many people that in great need. So if I would do anything else, it might be in something along that line. I hope everybody will take an opportunity to check out the candidates and find out how we feel about different things. I think this is kind of an interesting exercise because it tells a lot about people as far as what they think. And so check out next week and check out the candidates on the profiles.